Obviously, when Prohibition hit the United States, it, in a way, was a blow to the company, which was trying to market its rums in the United States. And that's really the period of time when Cuba began to become very popular with American tourists.
During Prohibition, Americans could not drink in the U.S. And so many chose to travel to Cuba because it was glamorous, it was sophisticated, it was great music, it was fun, it was sexy. And on top of that, it was very, very, very close by.
Well, Cuba, was the playground of America. You could fly to Cuba from the USA for something like $24. The first international flights from Pan American Airways were to Havana.
They all came. There were, people by the thousands and thousands flew to Cuba just to spend a weekend. And Bacardi benefited tremendously from it. Bacardi rum was known for being a happy product.
I think during the time of Prohibition, Bacardi happened to be at the right time at the right place. They had the foresight to see that it was a great scenario to actually create even more cocktails using a very mixable rum.
We had a guy who was a salesperson, and his role would have been to meet people at the airport or at the docks or at their hotel and say, where are you going? Oh, to the Hotel Nacional, I'll take you, but on the way, let's stop for a drink. And they'd stop, they'd go to the Edificio Bacardi, which is this Bacardi building where they had an amazing bar, and he'd introduce just regular tourists, not only to Bacardi cocktails, but to amazing parties that were happening. You had mojitos, daiquiris, Cuba Libres, you had Nacionales, Mary Pickfords, amazing drinks. If you're an American who couldn't really go out and drink and enjoy a great night out in the States, going somewhere like Cuba was an Eden, it was a paradise.
Even though I was 20, I was able to, 21, I was able to see some of these places, like the famous nightclub Tropicana. There had never been anything like that in the USA.
Bacardi marketed actively to tourists coming down to Cuba in order to have them try great Bacardi rum and enjoy the good times that Bacardi could give them in Cuba.
So there was a famous postcard which has a picture of Uncle Sam sort of holding onto the feet of a bat with a daiquiri in one hand, coming down to Cuba, and a Cuban up a tree with a bottle of Bacardi, encouraging him to come. Bacardi's role was very much of getting people there and then showing them a great time.